Welcome back to Sips of Cinema, the show where we drink a whole entire bottle of. What the is that?
Minute Maid Zero Sugar Fruit Punch.
I thought we drank wine on this channel. What the hell is that all about?
Our production team must have missed the memo.
No, but in all seriousness, I mean, I am on a diet, and the first rule is no fun. So is have no fun. But no, seriously, I'm getting married in a year, so cut me a break. I need to I need to cut back. I need to cut back on some stuff. But
healthier habits.
Yeah, healthier habits. And you know, I'm gonna be totally honest. I'm only saving those kind of moments of having wine with my fiance. But we are gonna continue having wine on this channel. But just for now, I really have to. I need to cut down on some stuff for my diet. But we're gonna enjoy it. We have this. Minute Maid, I think, right? Minute Maid?
Yeah,
it's Minute Maid Fruit Punch, zero sugar. So we're going to enjoy that while we talk about all of the Best Picture nominees, because over the last week we have rewatched every single Best Picture nominee for 2026, and we had a great time doing that. A lot of them are amazing. I mean, all of them are actually pretty great. Some of them
Best
are
Picture
some,
worthy,
yeah,
even.
some would say that one of them is worthy of Best Picture.
Yeah.
But no, some spectacular, some good, some great, some masterpieces are in this list. So we have a little popcorn bucket with every single Best Picture nominee in here. So to make it not fair, but just so that we can just not have a list of, you know, putting our favorite at last or our favorite at first, just to make it as random as possible, where each of us are going to pick every single round and we're going to talk about whichever movie that we pull. And this is going to be spliced into 2 parts just because it's going to be way too long. So make sure you stay tuned for the next 5 Best Picture nominees next week. But let's get started. I'll go first.
And roll the intro.
Oh, and by the way, I'm Cameron Kozak, your host, and this is Chandler Kozak, my co-host. So let's get into it.
You can't tell, we're thrown off by not having the wine.
Yeah,
here,
it's very. Okay. Wow. Train Dreams.
Oh, why? Okay.
We really wanted to talk about this one.
Yeah.
We really wanted to talk about this one. That's
this
funny.
was
That's
supposed
the first
to be
one that we picked.
This was supposed to be random, but I feel like we should wait to talk about that.
I feel like we should too.
No prioritizing. All random conversations.
You sure that we are? Should we restart it or should we start on this?
No,
one?
we'll just
start it on Train
just
Dreams.
kick it off strong.
I mean, I may as well start off
Yeah.
on a good note.
Yeah.
But all right, Train Dreams. I just watched this. We both did, right, for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we watched this for the first time because last year was just super busy and I hadn't had the time to sit down and watch it, and I wanted to go see it in theaters because I think Netflix released it in theaters for like a very small window, and I missed that window. And now I was only able to watch it on Netflix at home, which it was an amazing experience in itself. But damn, Train Dreams is so good, and I just made a TikTok on it, and I think that this is why it's weird that it's the first one that we're going to be talking about.
I know why you're reasoning, because it's the exact reasoning that I have.
And maybe we can get to that point a little bit later on, but I guess we can touch on it a little bit. I think, and maybe throughout this video, as we're talking about every single Best Picture nominee, I'll change my opinion, because I think there are so many films in this lineup that deserve Best Picture. But I think Train Dreams is one of those films that 60 years ago this movie would have won Best Picture and it would be talked about for the ages. And I just don't think it's going to win Best Picture this year. I think I know what film's gonna win, and we'll get to that later. But I personally think it would be awesome to see Train Dreams.
I want it to win
Best Picture.
I want it to win Best Picture.
Unique and different and just so incredible. I mean, I had someone comment on my video about, because I made a video talking about why I think it should win Best Picture, and someone was just like, it had no story. How can a movie with no story win Best Picture? And I'm like, it's a story about
a movie.
It's a yeah, exactly. It's a story about a man journeying through life and recognizing the very confusing, horrifying parts about it, and it basically just sums up how time is both beautiful and horrifying at the exact same time. And it was just such an incredibly moving, sad. I mean, it's like, actually it's interesting how it contrasts its main idea as far as a movie that's journeying through time at a rapid pace, but also has very devastating moments, but doesn't really like
fixate
on it, and it kind of pulls away from it, which I think is the main idea of how life moves on, and just even though moments like that are super devastating. But what did you think of
I was gonna say exactly that. I think the reason why I like this movie so much is because it shows the monotony. It shows the simplicity in life. It shows that even though tragedy strikes, you move forward, and you know, your life just progresses the way that it is. I mean, the whole story is about a guy who has no one in the beginning, doesn't know where he's from.
Spoilers, by the way.
Yeah, a little bit of spoilers.
Yeah, a little spoilers. We'll try to keep it at a minimum.
But like he's just, I mean, the movie's called Train Dreams, so I'm assuming you guys could just, you know,
it's literally about a guy.
It's about a guy
having
on a train.
dreams. Yeah, on a train having dreams.
But like it starts with him, and then it ends with him. It's just, you know, it's literally like a very, very good and concise depiction of life. It just, and how everything gets thrown your way, and that nothing is predictable.
I mean, no, I completely agree, and it has like one of the more just like soft and peaceful endings to like such a tragic movie. I mean, it's I didn't know what to expect going into it, because it wasn't one of those movies that I really like watched the trailer a bunch, or didn't even, this trailer you never saw in theaters. Like it's just, they never, and this is why it's not going to win Best Picture. It's just because it doesn't, marketing sucks. It's locked behind Netflix doors, which I love. I've mentioned this before in a couple other of our videos, but like I love streaming services, and I love having that convenience factor of being able to watch a movie from home. But movies like this need to be in theaters. It's just like so unfair. And then they'll make the argument that like, well, we did release it in theaters. You had that window. It's like, no, we need.
I had 36 minutes to see this movie. What are you talking
exactly.
about?
Seriously, it's like these movies need to be seen in theaters. It needs to be promoted to be seen in theaters. And it's like, I was just in the theater. I think it was yesterday when we were watching Marty Supreme, because we went back, because we're obviously going to talk about in this video too, because it was nominated for Best Picture, but we saw it in IMAX, which it's beautiful. But I saw a trailer, and I just like, there's one of the taglines was only in theaters. And I feel like, wow, it feels like it's been forever since I've seen that in like a trailer. Only in theaters. Like it's just, I can't believe those are the kind of things that we're trying to strive to see again.
Was that the movie, the drama or whatever it's called, the Save the Date? Like at the end, they didn't have an announcement date. It just said Save the Date because it was about a marriage.
I think. I don't know if it was that one, but it was one of the movies. It was one of them. It looks good. It looks good. Yeah, that one does look good. But like, these movies need to be seen in theaters. Train Dreams is phenomenal. I would love to see it win Best Picture. And if it does, oh boy, the Academy did something that they had just
haven't done in 60 years.
Forever. And I think it would be awesome if it won Best Picture. It's not going to. And I'm not trying to be,
I think the fact that a movie that was not marketed at all, basically, and is getting nominated for Best Picture gives it a fighting chance.
I think
the fact that it had such little going for it, and it's still up there with the other 9 films. I think it has a chance, and I really hope that I sincerely hope it's going to be a downfall for the rest of the 2 videos that we're doing here, because we both are kind of in agreement that we want it to win.
It would be so good if it won Best Picture. It would be so cool if it won Best Picture, and super shocking because everyone's saying, you know, One Battle After Another was my pick for a while, and honestly, it's gone down. I think it's probably in my 5th spot as to what I want to see win Best Picture. Still a great movie, but there are just so many good picks on here, and that's what's so powerful about rewatching stuff. Because like, if we didn't rewatch these movies, which by the way, we did see some of these for the very first time, so we needed to watch some of them, but we rewatched all of them. And if we hadn't, I'm sure we would have very different opinions. And that's what's so important, is kind of watching it from a different perspective. Like, I know Marty Supreme, we both kind of came out of it just like, damn, this movie is just, one, so good, but also just we're seeing it from different perspectives, different angles. Like, oh, I didn't catch that. It's important to rewatch movies to really gather your full understanding of your opinions. But yeah, I mean, Train Dreams is so good. The opening shot,
opening and ending. I want to talk about that.
Yeah.
The way that no spoilers, obviously, people that haven't seen it, but the opening scene as well, dude, the way that they filmed and the way that they formatted the way that it looked in the last scene, it was so
good.
I feel like it was like for me, it was like a Doctor Strange moment. Like, an out-of-body experience witnessing it. Like, I just got knocked into like the astral realm or whatever they called it. It was like, euphoric.
Mm-hmm.
It was such a guys. If you haven't seen it, go watch
Oh yeah,
it.
watch it. It's so good.
The last scene is just so visibly, like aesthetically gorgeous.
Yep. And but the opening shot, of the tree falling,
Mm-hmm.
just like so, it's so simple, but just so great. Like some of the simplest things are just like the most impactful. Literally, just a camera rigged to a tree, and it just falls, and it captures that moment just perfectly.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, I don't know. It looks like that's how they rigged it up, because I mean, like, I don't know how they did that without breaking any cameras, or if they did it with CGI or whatever. But damn, that scene was so good. I mean, and the whole film is kind of just, when I was watching it, I was just like, this is an art piece. Like every single shot was just, if there's one award this movie's gonna win, I think it'll win cinematography.
Yeah.
I think it will win cinematography.
And I feel like what I'm about to say is a little bit of a stretch, but even the opening scene is just a symbol for the entire movie.
Oh, it is.
Like
yeah.
a tree falls.
Yep.
Life goes on.
Mm-hmm.
Shit happens.
Mm-hmm.
There will be
Yep.
another day.
Exactly.
Something else will happen. People will forget and move
Yep.
on.
I totally
So-
agree. And Train Dreams was nominated for 5 Academy Awards: Best Picture, Adapted Screenplay, Original Song, Cinematography, and actually, it looks like
the score was beautiful.
yeah, the score was absolutely amazing. As we both take a pause to take a drink, the score was absolutely amazing. And that's definitely going to be a rough one too, because there were a lot of amazing scores this year. I mean, One Battle After Another, Sinners, just absolutely amazing. But we'll start to move on from Train Dreams. But Train Dreams is just a very one of a kind of film. You don't see a lot of them like this. It's the whole movie's kind of just kind of like someone telling a story. Like someone's telling you a story and you're just visualizing it, and that's what the movie is. It's just like, and one day he did this, and one day this guy died a tragic death, and one day blah blah blah. That doesn't give any of the movie away, but basically just kind of that's how it was telling you. Just like, and one day they stopped talking. It was just the way the movie was paced, written, just absolutely beautiful and so good.
I think for me with this movie specifically, the thing that I love most about it is that it felt, when I was watching it, like it didn't fall under one category, like one genre of film. It started out as like a story about a person, and then a love story, and then a story about friendship.
Yep.
And then a story about finding oneself.
Yep.
And then a story about like acceptance.
Yep.
It was everything.
Yeah. It was very good. It was so good. And it's one I hope that we get to see win a good amount of nominations. I think if it wins any award, I think it'll definitely be like a shock, just because people aren't expecting that. People are expecting Sinners because Sinners is pretty much in every single category. So people are expecting, which by the way, we're going to get to Sinners eventually, because Sinners is amazing too. I mean, we rewatched that.
It's going to be next.
Yeah. let's hope. But I did this and I meant to do that. I did. Let's hope. But yeah, Train Dreams is a very unique picture. One that I had heard a lot of good things about. All my friends were just hyping it up so much, just being like, it's such a good movie. And I always wanted to get to it, but I never did. And then when I watched it, I'm like, I understand totally what they were talking about, because it is a masterpiece. It is, and it's written by I'm blanking on his name, but it's written by the same guy that co-wrote Sing Sing. Did you watch Sing Sing?
No, actually.
Oh, dude.
I know that you love that movie.
Sing
I
Sing
need
is
to watch
great, because also this is his directorial debut. Actually, I want to put respect on his name. I think it's like Corey something. Train Dreams. His name is Clint Bentley. This is his directorial debut. That is
Phenomenal
insane.
job.
It's insane.
Hats off to
Just
you.
I love him.
That was
It's just incredible. Absolutely incredible. But yeah, he wrote Sing Sing 2, which was my pick for Best Picture last year. It didn't win. I don't even think it got nominated. It didn't get nominated. Coleman Domingo got nominated for Best Actor, which I was rooting for too. But another A24 movie that didn't get nominated this year, which we'll get to once we get to it. One of these specific movies that I loved so much. But anyways, let's get back on track. Train Dreams was amazing, and we're gonna get to the next movie. So here,
Big
you
thumbs
go
up.
ahead. Pick the next one.
Let's see here. All right. Moment of truth. F1.
Yes!
Yes.
That was a great transition because that's exactly what I want to talk about. F1 being nominated for Best Picture.
I'm really surprised, or not surprised, but I'm really interested in what you have to say.
I think F1 is a good movie. I think it's fun. I think it's.
I feel like we both have the same take.
Yeah. I mean, so was Top Gun Maverick, and that movie got nominated for Best Picture too. And it's all, I mean, it's really just because it made so much money and it was just a huge financial success. And that's why it got the nomination. But I'm so pissed that this movie got nominated over Sorry Baby. I'm so upset. I know, I don't think you saw Sorry
No, I
Baby,
didn't.
but Sorry Baby was just so good. One of the movies on this list, Sentimental Value, which we'll get to eventually, was I felt like Sentimental Value was definitely very similar in feeling and themes and just overall just drama of the movie. Felt very similar to Sorry Baby, and and I was so hoping that Sorry Baby was going to get nominated for Best Picture, and I don't think it got nominated for anything, which is so unfortunate. But yeah, F1 being nominated for Best Picture is like, I don't want to say insult because like I know.
Oh, it's okay. You can say it. That's what I'm thinking too.
Yeah, I know like it's just it's like, come on, really. Why was it nominated for Best Picture? It's not gonna win it. Like I said the same thing about Train Dreams. Train Dreams at least deserves to win Best Picture, but in no universe does F1 deserve to win Best Picture. It's a good movie. It's a fun movie. It's an entertaining movie. It's literally, it's almost identical to Top Gun Maverick.
Yeah.
It's like, but here you go ahead and explain.
I was just gonna say, like, I feel like if it wins, there's something going on. I mean, we all know that the Academy and like all that kind of stuff with the Oscar nominations and stuff, they're like they pick favorites, and I'm sure there's reasons why some things get nominated over others. But if that nomination aside, that's whatever. Shouldn't have happened in my opinion, but
No,
it got
shouldn't
anyway.
have. It shouldn't
But
have.
if it wins, all validity has gone out the window. There's no reason for this to win Best Picture.
Like, see, a movie that I think almost deserves more to win Best Picture is Ford versus Ferrari. And they're very similar, but Ford versus Ferrari is like F1's a movie. Ford versus Ferrari is a film.
Yeah.
Like I try to say that very loosely because it almost sounds like an insult, but there is definitely there's a difference between a movie and a film. And Ford vs. Ferrari was a film, and that movie is more deserving of Best Picture. But F1 being nominated on here is just so bizarre. I would even say Top Gun Maverick deserved to be a Best Picture nominee more than F1. Like, at least Top Gun Maverick had a very good script, a very good story. It was a very like incredible way that they brought back Top Gun into cinemas with a new story, with new characters, returning characters. They did an amazing job with that, and I just.
And don't get me wrong, I love the movie.
Oh yeah, it's great. It was
awesome.
awesome.
It was a fantastic movie.
So is Gran Turismo. But
yeah.
that's not getting nominated for Best Picture.
Actually, I prefer Gran Turismo.
Gran Turismo is pretty great. It is really good. That movie was.
That is the definition of a feel-good movie for me. That is one of the very few movies that I go back and I rewatch every now and then. I'm not a huge rewatcher, so like I'll rewatch stuff when we do the podcast and whatever. But typically, if I go see a movie once, I'm satisfied. And I don't really want to revisit them normally. Gran Turismo, I definitely revisit from time to time. I think I've seen it like 4 or 5 times, which is a lot for me.
That is a lot for you. You do not like rewatching movies.
No, I don't.
I'm trying to see.
Unless it's my like caveat to rewatching a movie is if I'm watching it with someone who hasn't watched it yet. Like if I'm hanging out with a friend or like whatever and they haven't seen the movie and they want to watch it, I'll happily rewatch it with them so that I get to experience them watching it for the first time.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. I totally get with that.
But like I never actively choose to sit down and watch something again and again and again for myself.
No, I totally understand. I am definitely one that likes rewatching movies. I mean, I rewatch Whiplash all the time. I rewatch.
How many times have you seen La La Land?
Probably like, probably 15 times at least.
Yeah.
This movie F1 was nominated for 4 Academy Awards, it looks like. Yeah, 4. Best Picture, obviously, visual effects, editing, film editing, and best sound. Now, see,
Sound I can get
those
behind.
visual
Sound,
effects,
yep, and the
editing,
visual effects, yep.
maybe not film editing, but
Not
visual
editing.
effects and best sound, those definitely deserves, because the sound in that movie was very amazing. But best picture just does not make sense to me.
It doesn't.
It's it's almost like Brad Pitt being nominated for best actor for this movie. It just like doesn't make sense at all. It just doesn't make sense. I mean, Brad Pitt's an amazing actor, and he's good in the movie, but it's just it just does not make sense. I can't believe. I feel like the only way it got nominated for best picture was just because it was a financial success.
It must have
It's
been,
just
yeah.
it does not. But I just think that that's so cheap, because like Sorry Baby was right there. It was right there.
Was
And
F1? Was F1 an Apple?
F1 was Apple.
It was Apple.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why too. Maybe like, not specifically because it was Apple, but because it was like such a success for such a new
Mm-hmm.
like company that's pushing movies. Like Apple's doing amazing things with shows and movies nowadays. So maybe that's also part of the reason why, where it's like
Yeah, I
it's
mean-
hitting a new audience of like a bunch of Apple enjoyers that are now
Yep.
finding this movie and watching it over and over and over again.
Yeah, I
But-
mean, it is. It definitely is all about marketing. It is about pushing your movies to be nominated. So maybe they did do a lot of work to get this movie nominated for Best Picture.
Because
I
we
just,
know Apple has money.
I mean, we'll never
bro.
know. We'll never know.
Yeah.
We'll never know why these movies get nominated for Best Picture.
Unless it wins.
I mean,
then we're gonna find out.
that would be, if F1 wins, I am not watching the Academy Awards anymore, because that just does not make sense. It does
Yeah.
not make sense at all why that movie, and it's not going to. There's always like, they make a joke about it in BoJack Horseman, which my favorite show of all time. But BoJack he has a role, and he's trying to get nominated for an Oscar, and then George Clooney, or George Clooners, which I think is his name in the show, comes up to him and says, "Oh yeah, no, you're the fifth man." He's like, "The fifth man?" He's like, "Yeah, like, you have the 4 nominations that have a chance, and then they were like, oh, they need a 5th nomination, so that's you.
Yeah.
You're the 5th man." And that's kind of like what F1 is to the Best Picture category. Like, he's the 10th man,
Yeah.
or 10th. Yeah,
Are there 10? I thought there were 9.
10.
Are there 10?
Yep.
We only watched 9 movies. Or did we watch all 10?
We watched all 10.
Maybe I just miscounted. I thought there was only 9.
No, there's 10.
I guess it all blends together when you watch 10 movies in 1 week.
It's a lot. It's a lot. I mean,
Yeah.
But yeah, F1 being nominated for Best Picture makes no sense to me. I don't think anyone has said any good things about it. Except, I mean, it's a good
Well,
movie.
it's a good movie,
It's a
but
good movie.
I don't think anybody has vouched for it in the Best Picture race.
No.
Nobody. And if you have,
No.
keep that to yourself.
Yeah, no. And that's, I mean, and that's your opinion. I mean, if that's your opinion, that's fine. But just know that opinion is very wrong.
Everybody's
Yeah.
entitled to an opinion.
It doesn't mean
It's right.
Yeah. But we'll move on from F1. F1 it's a great fun movie. I mean, I think I had it at like 3.5 stars out of 5. I mean, I didn't think it was anything like spectacular.
It was enjoyable.
But it was
and that's about
enjoyable,
it.
and it was fun, and it was just like, I would so much rather like rewatch Top Gun Maverick. That movie, whew, Top Gun Maverick's great. But we'll move on to the next movie, which is Sinners.
Oh, sick,
Wow, wow, we're getting some good ones out of the ways.
Getting all the
Um,
heaters. Next episode's gonna suck.
Yeah, I know. We did this for that reason, is so that we didn't have all of like the just like
Also,
whatever.
we apologize in advance if you can hear
Yeah, if-
random background noise.
Yeah, we
of
didn't
the-
know someone else was going to be working. We're filming this on the weekend, so I didn't think anyone else would be
Yeah,
working.
so just
but,
if you hear little things here
um,
and there, I'll try to do my best to get rid of all of it, but
Mhm.
some might slip through. So
All right, so we're going to get this out of the way just because there's so many. But Sinners broke the Oscar record, the biggest Oscar record, for being nominated for the most Academy Awards ever. I mean, and not even by just like 1, by
Yeah.
2. And the films that held the record before that were All About Eve, Titanic, and La La Land, all at 14. All at 14. But yeah, so Sinners, and you're going to need to count these for me, because as I say them, I'm going to like forget how many I have.
I'm
All
ready.
right, so Best Picture, Best Actor in a Supporting Role for Delroy Lindo, Academy Award for Best Actress, which I am so sorry. I'm going to look up her name. It's just one that I can't. I want to put respect. Wunmi Masaku. Wunmi Masaku. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing that name. Oh, I'm so sorry. It is. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. And that's for Best Actress in a Supporting Role. Academy Award for Writing. Academy Award for Best Actor in a Leading Role, which is Michael B. Jordan. Fantastic performance.
Is he gonna win 2 awards?
Yeah. That'd be so funny.
Yo, it'd be crazy if he got upstairs and I got up on stage, there were 2 of them.
They've done that. They've done that for like Disney, where they've had it there when Snow White won Best Animated Film. I think they had its own Oscar with like 7 little ones for the dwarves.
He just had
So
a
they
twin
could
this
do
whole
that,
time.
have like a double Oscar. Academy Award for Best Music. Do you still have them counted?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so Best Music, which is Ludwig Göransson. So good. Best Directing, Best Cinematography, Best Visual Effects, Best Film Editing, Best Makeup, Best Costume, Best Production Design. And how many was that?
That's 13.
That's 13. Oops, that's 13. Did I miss some?
Unless I missed some that you said, but I don't think I did.
Well, that's awkward. Let's see if I can.
Sinners lied to us. They didn't win. They're not nominated for 16.
Oh, jeez, oh, Pete. Darn it. Well, anyways, it was nominated for 16 Oscars. I thought we hit all of them.
There's 3 more in there.
Yeah, there's 3 more in there.
Maybe it's
somewhere.
on me.
But yeah, so nominated for 16 Oscars, which is just absolutely incredible. A lot of people are saying it doesn't deserve the 16 nominations, but I think that that's a crock of shit.
That's
This
another
movie-
opinion that's wrong.
Yeah, huh?
That's another
exactly.
opinion that's wrong.
another opinion that's wrong. I mean,
Yeah.
16 is a lot of
For
nominations,
sure.
and it's like kind of. I think people just really just look at it like, really, after all these years, we broke the record, and it's Sinners that broke the record. Like, why all of a sudden was it Sinners that broke the record? And I think that that's how they're looking at it, but that's like such a silly way of looking at it.
Those are
Sinners-
probably people that haven't seen the movie.
exactly. It's
'Cause
mostly
I've
people
seen-
that haven't seen the movie.
I've seen a ton of comments that are just like, why is this movie getting nominated for so many things? It's just a vampire movie.
Yeah,
And I'm like, dude.
I know. Someone commented that on my video too, and I was like, yeah, that's, you clearly have not seen the movie. It's not just a vampire movie, and that's like a very ignorant way of like very much watering down the importance
Yeah.
of this movie.
Yeah.
It's stupid. I think honestly sometimes people really just need to shut their mouths when it comes to their opinions, because they think they're so right.
Yep.
But they're so wrong.
They're so adamantly
But no,
correct.
Sinners is a masterpiece, and it was the first time when we rewatched it for this video. It was the first time I watched it since watching it in theaters when it first came out. So I was coming at it with fresh eyes, and just dude, that Through the Ages scene with the music,
It's so good.
it is like one of the greatest scenes that has been filmed in at least like 20 years.
Yeah.
And one of the it'll go down as like it'll be studied. I mean, it's so good. Like like Ryan Coogler is so good, cuz like who is doing that? Who decided that, yeah, we're going to make this a period piece, and then all of a sudden we're going to have this scene where we're mixing cultures that are
We're mixing a bunch of different periods.
yeah, a
in
bunch of
time.
different periods together, but like the needle drop of like the bass coming in with the acoustic guitar is so, actually I don't think it's an acoustic guitar, but it's something like that. But it's so good. That scene is just so riveting and just exciting, and I use this in my video talking about it, but it was rad. And
Yeah.
we don't use
Yeah,
that
yeah,
word
yeah,
anymore.
yeah.
It was just a rad scene.
That's a really good way to
Like
put
that
it.
is
Yeah.
something that you could just do that to. Just
Yeah.
like you're watching it, dude, that scene. Oh, it was so good. And I actually, what's so funny about it getting nominated and breaking the record for having the most nominations at 16, I remember I was in Los Angeles for this like TikTok event, and I was there talking with one of my buddies, Juju, which a lot of you guys know, I'm sure, Straw Hat Goofy. And he had seen it early, and I meant to see it, and then I couldn't because I had to leave for that LA trip. And we were talking about it, and he was just telling me about that scene, that incredible scene that he was like, dude, when you watch the movie, you're going to understand what I'm talking about. And then I asked him a question, and I was like, I expect it to be good, but do you think it's going to be one of those movies that's going to be like, is it going to be recognized at the Oscars? And he was like, you know what? That's a really good question because it came out earlier in the year. Like it wasn't in January. I think it was actually, was it April? Yeah, it was April.
Mhm.
So it came out around like halfway through the year, a little bit before halfway through the year. And he was like, you know what? That's a really good question. I don't know. And you would think that it probably wouldn't. And I was like, that's what I thought. Like, I feel like it's going to be one of those movies that's going to be so freaking good and so like revolutionary, but it's just not going to get the love it deserves. And he totally agreed. And
It got the love it deserved.
and it got, I mean, it literally like just smacked me in the face with like, you were wrong. I mean, I wasn't saying I don't think that it will. I just was more questioning, like, do you think it's going to be one of those movies that's going to get snubbed like a lot of great movies do? But nope, it completely crushed that and just said, nope, I'm going to do my own thing. I'm going to get all these nominations and I'm going to show the world how great I truly am because man, this movie's so good.
Mhm.
It is so freaking good, but I'll let you talk more on it because I've been
what I think
Storm.
was surprising was like when we went to go see it, we had been trying to get our parents to watch it
Mhm.
for a while, but we also had a weird like inkling that my parents, our parents, I don't know why I always say my parents, our parents,
Mhm.
they predominantly watch Hallmark movies.
Oh yeah.
Stuff like that. So this gore, the topic, whatever, we were under the impression that they weren't going to be
Mhm.
vibing with it too well. And then they decided to watch it with us when we rewatched it
Yeah.
for this episode, and they loved it.
I know
They
our
loved it.
dad,
Yeah.
we were only like 20 minutes into it and he was like, man, this movie's cool. I love like these period pieces.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I think he was like, I love when movies like when they have the cars. And I was like, you mean a period piece?
Yeah,
And he was like,
fixated.
yeah.
He's driving a Model A.
Yeah, he's also a
that.
car guy, so
Yeah.
it's just like, but so he loved it. He absolutely loved the movie. They both loved the movie,
Mhm.
which like really I was like happy to see that they really liked it because it's
Yeah.
cool when you show people, and every single time we show them a movie that's great, they're like, I like
They're always
every
hesitant
movie.
on watching
every
it.
movie
and
you
then,
guys show us is
yeah.
so good, and then they just go back to watching a Christmas Hallmark movie and
Yeah.
in April. in April, yeah, they'll just watch Christmas Hallmark movies, which is fine.
No hate, just
But Sinner, it's so good, and I think like out of all these nominations, out of 16, I am surprised one that it didn't get nominated for more original songs because it only got nominated for one original song, and I thought that Jack O'Connell, who played Remick, should have been nominated for Best Supporting Actor. Oh, holy crap!
Yeah.
I remember thinking that when watching the movie for the first time is that he's just so incredible. And on the rewatch, I was like, how did they not give him a nomination? I mean, all of these nominations and they didn't give like two more. Like, just
Yeah. Why not break the record just a
I know
little
we're
bit
getting
more?
yeah, I know we're getting like stingy. Like, oh, you got all these nominations, but you couldn't get two more. Couldn't give him two more.
Or 16? What's 18?
Because I believe
how many are there in general? Like how many different awards?
good question. I think there's a lot of awards but there's like documentaries, so it's like a lot that wouldn't fall under the category.
Yeah.
But the I think there's probably like 23. There's obviously a bunch of possibilities because like I said, you can get like Amelia Perez. Did you watch Amelia Perez from last year? The terrible movie.
Doesn't
Okay,
ring a bell.
so that movie, awful, terrible, god awful movie, and it got not 2 songs because it was like a musical, but in 2 songs.
Oh, I definitely didn't see
Yeah,
it then,
2
if it was a
songs.
musical.
2
Yeah.
songs from that movie got nominated, and not Sinners. Because I Lied to You, which was that's.
Oh,
the
I
Through
thouh you
the
were about to
Ages.
tell me something.
No. No, but
so
the
I
song
actually lied to you.
No, but like the song "I Lied to You," which is the one that they play for the Through the Ages scene, was nominated for Best Original Song, but not Remick's song. I think what was it? I'm gonna look it up. Sinners Remick song, because I don't know the name of it. Rocky Road to Dublin. that scene of him with all like the vampires and them like jigging and like doing all that kind of stuff, that song should have been nominated for
That was
best
a
original
really
song
good
too.
one.
So good.
Yeah.
And like Amelia Perez, it pisses me off how much attention that movie got, because that movie also got like 13 nominations. I'm glad you didn't watch it because it's garbage. But also, I
Yeah.
wish you did, just so we could have a deeper conversation, or not deeper, but just like an understanding.
Yeah, an
But
understanding. of each
man, that
other, yeah.
movie is so bad, and everyone knows how bad that movie is. But
Yeah, I love Sinners. It was
Sinners,
so good.
Sinners is so good. One that really just goes to show, like, you should just make what you want to make. If you have a message, if you have a story, but you want to have a deeper sort of like connection with the audience and message for them to, take from it, just make it, and make it something interesting. And just 'cause, like, Ryan Coogler hasn't made one bad movie. He hasn't made one bad movie. And he's just, because Ryan Coogler did Creed and Black Panther, Fruitvale Station. He's just an incredible filmmaker, and it would be really cool to see him win Best Director too. I feel like he won't, but honestly, you know what? I feel like Sinners is going to be either one of two things. It's going to win next to 0 Oscars, or it's going to win at least 10. It's going to be either one of the two.
Yeah.
It's going to win at least Best Song.
There's no way it doesn't.
Or Best Song, potentially sound design, and maybe like one more, or it's gonna win like 10. And I honestly, I hope it does, because I think that would be a huge win. I think that would be a huge win.
Imagine it somehow wins all 16.
Now
Like, just think about it. Like, they broke the record for having
if it wins all 16
nominations. I think that will go down in history as one of the only movies ever to do it.
I think it is.
forever.
I think if it did,
I don't mean like
I don't think
that
any
have
movie
happened.
has
Nothing
ever
will surpass that.
Well, I can't say never, because I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure a movie has probably only been nominated for one Oscar, and it won that Oscar.
Yeah,
But as far as like a movie being nominated for multiple Oscars, I think
Didn't
Titanic.
Everything Everywhere All at Once win like a ton?
It won, I think, 6 or something like that. But Titanic, I think, is the closest, because it had 14. I think it won 12.
Oh wow!
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Damn.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure Titanic won. How many? Actually, I'm just gonna look it up, because it might be all of them. How many Oscars did?
It's a crazy comparison to
11. Wow, I was close.
yeah,
11
yeah.
Oscars from 14 nominations.
That's crazy.
But and
I think it's cool. Like, thinking about the Titanic winning 11 out of 14 proves how much of like a staple it is in cinema, and it makes me feel very good that a movie like Sinners, like that, is in the same echelon. I genuinely believe that Sinners will forever be one of the greats.
Oh yeah,
like, it, hands down.
Yep.
I don't think that it will get like lost in the sands of time.
Oh,
Or, like,
no.
I don't think. I think people will be revisiting this movie for ages.
Yep, I totally
It
agree.
is so good.
And like that's what like there's a lot of Oscars that just have not aged well. Like, I don't think a Noire from last year is gonna age well. It was a good movie. It was good. I mean, it was great, but it's just not gonna it's just not gonna go down as like, man, I remember this movie won Best Picture. This was like outstanding, and it is. It's a great movie, but it was definitely like one of those movies where it was almost kind of like recency bias, where it was just, there was so much attention on it. But Sinners,
And it was like, wasn't it like
Sinners
released?
hasn't had like that much attention since it was released.
Yeah.
Like, and then they were re-released in IMAX recently. But
that would have
since,
been great to
I
see in
know. I
IMAX.
think it's actually still in IMAX right now, so
We
we
should-
might
we
be
should-
able to catch
we
it.
should
We
still
might
go.
be able to catch it. But
Another one
because
that
I think
I'll
it actually,
rewatch.
I think it released the same day as Marty, which was yesterday. So I think.
Oh, really?
I think they did it. I think they released them on the same day, or maybe they
Cool.
released it like the Friday before.
Yeah.
But Sinners, absolutely phenomenal. A great movie, a great feat into just what filmmaking can be, and what films can turn out to be when you work with the right people and you collaborate well, and you're just a good listener and someone that really understands the story that they're telling. I mean, it's easier when it's the story that you wrote yourself, but it's just really important to be passionate about it. And that's exactly what Ryan Coogler is. He's just very passionate about his filmmaking, and I mean, we haven't talked about Michael B. Jordan a lot, and we should.
Yeah.
Michael B. Jordan is so freaking good in this movie.
Insane.
So freaking good.
One thing, and do we care about spoilers for this one because it's been out for so long, or can I talk about it?
Just
If it's
talk-
like
just
at the
talk
end of the
about
movie?
it.
Okay, so this is like such a such a good I can't speak. It's such a good like bookend piece. It has an insane start, and then the ending, not even including the end cutscene, that on its own is a whole other thing. But like the bookend that it had with his character, and like he was like hallucinating and seeing his love, and finding out that he had a kid, or was going to have a kid,
Oh yeah. Yep.
and that he was able to just like be at peace when
Yep.
he died, and just go to be with them.
It was a great scene.
It was so beautiful.
Yeah.
It was so well done.
And then he just blasts the clan member. That was
Yeah,
great.
yeah.
He's just like he
was
distracted
like,
him
yeah.
from his hallucination. He was just like,
he was reaching out to hold his kid, and the guy talked, and he was like, "Dude, shut up."
yeah, I know. It was so good, so funny.
It was so good.
But no, that scene was very, very, very
It was
powerful.
so good.
So good. I mean, and the very, very, very ending, which comes after the roll credits of the oh man, what's the character's name? Willie? No.
I'm really bad with names.
I know.
So I'm
especially when I
not
start
gonna
talking
find
about
it.
stuff. Sammy.
Sammy. Yeah.
The ending of him and like his his jazz club or whatever, and then the characters come in. I think it was Stack. No, was it Smoke or Stack? I think it was I think it's
Stack. Maybe it was Smoke.
I don't know. I get them confused, even though that one's blue and one's red.
Yeah.
But anyways, it's just a really great scene, really, really, really cool scene, and just awesome. This movie's great.
But it's phenomenal.
This movie
Like
is awesome.
even like the way that they depict things, like I love how they made it so that when you said his name, I'm bad with names. The main vampire's name was Remick. You said, right? Is that what?
By Jack O'Connell.
The way that they depicted him getting hurt and it inflicting pain on everybody else, and just like the way that they shot in like the final scenes of how he got hit with that guitar and had the silver plate
In his head.
crammed in his head.
Yeah.
It was just
Great makeup.
so well done.
Yeah, honestly,
So
it'll
well
probably
done.
win makeup too. Makeup.
I don't think you said that.
I didn't say that. It'll probably win
So,
makeup.
that's 14. at
Makeup
least.
is so good. Makeup is so good. Yeah. But just absolutely an incredible movie. Just watching it from home is actually pretty fun because not as good as in the theater, but when we were watching it, the aspect ratio would constantly constantly get bigger for when it was like in its IMAX shots. Oh, so good.
That was one
Just
thing my dad
so good.
for like the first 5 minutes of the movie.
I know.
For the first 5 minutes of my movie, and I know you guys are watching this, so it's fine. But our parents, or my dad specifically, was like, I don't understand. We used to have boxy TVs, and then they released widescreen movies. So then they came out with widescreen TVs.
Yeah.
Why do we still have these black bars at the top of the movie? And like both you and I didn't want to say anything because like we didn't want to spoil anything. But we were just like, well, maybe it's just because this is how it was filmed.
Yeah, maybe wait
Maybe
and
wait a
you'll
minute.
see the epic scenes.
Yeah,
and
then
the
when it
fullness.
gets flushed out into like
Yeah.
the full scenes, we were like,
and it looks so good. And
See?
it looks so good.
Yeah.
It just looks so amazing.
It was just I feel like we could just keep talking about this movie for
We
my
could.
God. Can we need to see if we can go see it in IMAX.
We can see. It's probably still playing.
I would love
I would love
to
to
experience that.
see it again in
Now,
IMAX.
I wonder if the next one that we're gonna pull is Marty Supreme, because
That'd be funny.
having seen that just in IMAX, I feel like that'd be a really cool connection to the flow of conversation.
If it is. No way!
That's so funny, dude.
They actually all say Marty Supreme.
Yeah,
no,
we've
I'm
been
just
lying
kidding.
this whole
No.
time. We're not doing this
No,
on.
That one says sinners. That's so funny,
That's
dude.
so funny.
Well, that's great.
Yeah.
Because actually, Sentimental Value is the last one. We actually just watched right before we started filming. We watched that. But yesterday, We went to go see it in IMAX because you can still only see it in theaters. And they didn't release it initially in IMAX. They just released it.
Yeah.
And I was like, why? And then they re-released it back in IMAX, and oh, it's so good in IMAX. It's so freaking good. It is one of my favorite. I actually think I have it as my second favorite movie from last year. It's so good. Timothy Chalamet is doing something so just absolutely incredible. And what's so funny is like people have loved Timothy Chalamet forever, like for the last decade in his performances, have just loved Timothy Chalamet, have had crushes on Timothy Chalamet. Timothy Chalamet is so amazing. And then as soon as this role dropped, people just don't like Marty, the character.
Yeah.
And then they're just like, oh, Timothy's he's just doing this stupid method acting thing. He's acting like a douchebag in his interviews. And they're now all against him, even though he puts in pretty much like the best performance of the year. One of the best.
I mean, I will say Marty as a character
is
quite
no,
insufferable.
he is.
So he did a really good job depicting that
very,
character.
very good. Very
But-
good.
Yeah, dude, I love that movie.
But it's so good. And here, you continue to talk about it because I want to hear your thoughts on it too.
yeah. Were you about to spill that, or were you just
I did that on accident.
yeah.
I almost spilled it.
I swear there's no alcohol in this. I think the only gripe that I had about it, literally, other than the fact that the first time watching through it, I didn't focus on it as much because it was recency bias. It was the first time I saw it. It was a new thing. I didn't really pay mind to how obnoxious Marty's character was.
Yeah.
Watching it a second time, I was like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, I know.
To like actually stop thinking about yourself for a second.
I know.
And then the only other thing that I had, which isn't a thing for like the actual movie itself, maybe it was just like the setup in the theater that we were at, the sound mixing in the IMAX theater that we were in. You didn't have a problem with it. Maybe my ears were just like overly sensitive.
I caught it, but because there were moments. I mean, you're about to talk about. There were very loud moments.
It would just like, and I understand that movies do that to engage in like suspense or to draw attention to something where they'll like amplify the sound. But it almost sounded like in the theater that we were in, the sound like tuning wasn't quite right, so that everything that wasn't supposed to be was way too loud. It was just like a transition into a scene, and then like my eardrum would be ruptured. But other than that, dude, phenomenal. It like, it's so good. And one of my favorite lines from this movie, and it I don't know why it's there. I don't know. I
know what line it's going to be, and we're going to talk more about that, but go ahead. Like,
okay.
Once you mention it, actually, I'm going to get my stuff ready to talk about it.
It's at the very end of the movie, and Marty Supreme's character walks up to Rockwell's character, and he just goes, I'm a fucking vampire. I've been here since 1601.
Yeah, I've been here since 1601. I'm a vampire.
Yeah, I was just like, where did this come from? What? And I mean, seeing it the first time and the second time, my whole take on that saying is obviously not literal. Maybe it was supposed to be. Maybe it was supposed to be like a weird twist, like whatever. But the way that I just took it is that like he's been around the block a bunch. He's done a lot with his job. He's seen a lot of people. He's seen people with Marty's ambition that fade into existence and don't matter within a week. So that's probably where he was going with that. But the way he delivered it was just so funny. It was just so funny to me.
It was just like, what I think is so good about it is because Kevin O'Leary from Shark Tank, he is great in this movie.
He's
really good. I mean, he's kind of just playing himself, and people use that as an excuse. Like, he's just playing himself. It's hard to play yourself, and he's not. I mean, he's playing a more a more defined and kind of well-rounded. Not well-rounded. He's still a jerk in the movie, but just he's playing a version of himself in real life, but different. He's playing a more serious, more less witty kind of person, and he's actually very good in this movie. And that line where he says, I'm from 1601, I'm a vampire, like I've dealt with many Martys before you, and I'll deal with many after you, or whatever. That line, the way he delivered it, he almost had me convinced that he would genuinely was a literal vampire. Which is, I know. I think his delivery of that line was so good, and actually I was trying to.
The way that Marty responds to is perfect, because he goes,
I know.
All right. And then he turns around.
There's something about the line that I wanted to mention, but I don't want to lie about it, but it is something that I heard. So what I heard is that Kevin O'Leary actually improvised that line.
That I believe that
Yeah.
because that actually sounds like something that
So-
Mr. Wonderful would say.
But I also did see something, and I think this was a joke. But I also did see something that he was actually at an original ending to the movie was that he was actually supposed to turn into a vampire, and I think that sounds so stupid and silly. Like I think that was a lie, but I think it is true that Kevin O'Leary did improvise the vampire line, which I think is pretty cool.
That is really cool. That would be very, very weird though. To like, could you imagine like, I'm a vampire. They go through, they finish the match, they do all that kind of stuff, and then one of the transition scenes is just a bat flying across the scene and like starting another one.
That would have been a really cool way of doing it.
Yeah.
That would have been like a very
Subtle.
symbolic
Yeah.
way of like either like Marty is like gazing off and notices just like a bat fly by.
Yeah.
And then like that's how it sort of ends their relationship. But let's see. Oh yeah, so apparently, so I'll make a clip for TikTok, but Kevin O'Leary actually improvised that vampire line in Marty Supreme where he says, "I'm from 1601 and I'm a vampire," but he actually also apparently molded his own fangs and pitched that idea of him actually turning into a vampire at the end of the movie. And they didn't go with it, but they kept that line in, which he improvised, so that added a lot to the scene.
And I mean, now he's got the molding of his teeth.
Exactly,
the molding of fangs.
Exactly. So
if he wants to play a vamp, maybe they'll make another Sinners movie.
Yeah.
He'll make an appearance.
he did say he wants to play a villain.
Yeah.
So
that's pretty cool.
Yeah. So there's the clip for TikTok.
Clip farming.
clip farming. But yeah, no, honestly, people hate Kevin O'Leary, so they're gonna diss on his performance. I think he's great. I think he's awesome. I think it's very easy to tell when someone's not an actor and they're trying to act, and you can really tell.
Wasn't he in another movie recently too, or am
Nope.
I?
This is his first acting role.
Maybe I'm. I also like I watch a lot of YouTube content, and he's like
he does a lot of
he's like
social media stuff.
He's like a watch fanatic, and
Which
we're both into watches, so it makes sense.
About that is so he actually, the watches that he wears in the film are his own watches from his collection, because he knew that it's a period piece, so he picked watches from like the 50s. But his trademark his trademark style of wearing watches, he wears two.
Yeah, I know.
He does
It's
that in the
pretty cool.
movie.
Oh, really?
And I think I only noticed it
didn't-
one time. I think
notice
it
that.
was. He might not have, but I'm pretty sure he did. It was in the first scene. I'm pretty sure it was the first scene that he goes to see Marty playing to see what it's all about. And when he sits down, I'm pretty sure you can see two watches, like one on each wrist. So
I will say this too. Now that we talked about the vampire thing, and maybe I'll cut this into another TikTok, or a continuation of it, but it's kind of on the same note of what you talked about earlier, which we'll get to later about Begonia. How like when you miss things the first time you watch it, and then you pay attention the second time. When we rewatched Marty Supreme, his like the cadence and how he acted and walked and like glanced and looked around, he looked like a vampire.
he did.
He looked like he was somebody from 1601.
Yeah.
Like when he went in to watch Marty play for the first time, he was like shuffling sideways, sat down very still, and then like barely crossed his fingers like this. And I was like, that reeks of vampire.
It
if
does.
I've ever seen
I mean,
it.
and honestly, I think Kevin O'Leary definitely he loved playing this role. I mean, he really did. I mean, and what's so funny is that
If you happen to be watching this, talk to us about watches. That'd be cool. But second, keep acting.
Yeah, exactly.
You did a fantastic job.
He did. You did a fantastic job. If you're watching this, I don't think you will be, but if you are, you did a fantastic job.
Amazing job.
And Josh Safdie, the director, he called Kevin O'Leary up, or emailed him, or contacted him somehow, and basically just said, "Yeah, I'm looking for a douchebag asshole to play this role, and I couldn't think of anyone else but you." And he was totally understanding, so he took the role. But okay, we're gonna talk a little bit more about Josh Safdie too, because so Josh Safdie, one of the Safdie brothers.
Yeah.
So they did Uncut Gems.
Mhm.
Did you watch Good Time with Robert Pattinson?
I don't
Okay,
think
well,
so. And
it's
if I have, I don't remember
amazing.
the title.
So
of the
you
movie.
should watch it. It's amazing because I know you've seen Uncut Gems, and
Yeah.
Uncut Gems is, I mean, these movies, Marty Supreme and Uncut Gems, they're very similar.
Yeah.
And actually, before I forget, I had another question. Clip farming. Do you think Marty Mauser and Howie from Uncut Gems would get along in real life, or in a movie?
If I'm being honest, I feel like Marty doesn't get along with anybody.
Yeah, I
So,
totally agree.
Just based off of that, I'd say no.
I think Marty would think that Howie is just so like, just trying to be, something, and Marty would just constantly think that he's always doing a better job than him, and would just
Yeah.
think that he would not like he.
What's
Marty
funny is that I think
not,
they would both have the same perspective of each other.
But I think Howie would be more like, I think he would be more like naive, or
Mhm.
just more just like less understanding of what his goal actually is. At least Marty has a goal.
Yeah.
Howie was just someone that's just constantly just like betting money after betting money, like over and over and over again. I think Marty would hate his guts.
Yeah,
I think
I
Marty
think
would
he would
absolutely
too.
hate his guts.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Let us know in the
but-
comments down below.
But yeah, so Josh Safdie, and Benny Safdie, which Benny Safdie, he also directed a movie. Did you see The Smashing Machine?
Mm-mm.
Okay, so The Smashing Machine, it was
No.
good. I mean, it was good. It was Dwayne Johnson's
Dwayne
Dwayne Johnson's first like not big, but first like real dramatic role. He's done other dramatic stuff earlier in his career, but nothing like this. I mean,
Yeah,
this
yeah.
was like a character study and just a big role for him. And he did a great job. He didn't get that Oscar nomination. He was nominated for the Golden Globe for Best Actor, but it's really cool to see Josh Safdie and Benny Safdie's directing styles. I think it was really cool having them both direct a movie basically about someone losing for the first time when they're not used to losing, and then they do anything in their power to really gain back that respect that they once had.
Yeah.
And so that's number one, interesting that they both went with those very, similar themes,
Like
except
character
Marty,
arcs.
they're very different movies.
Yeah.
It's just the very small thing that's similar. But also, and this is no disrespect to Benny Safdie, because he is also a very talented director, a very talented actor. He's an Oppenheimer.
Mhm.
He's definitely has, transformed his career to be more of an actor. He was in Good Time, which when you watch Good Time, he is so incredible in that movie. He is a good actor and very talented, but it's really cool to see their directing styles and how different they are, and also cool to really see that, honestly, Uncut Gems and Good Time, when you watch those movies, you can really, and when you watch Marty Supreme, you can really see the inspiration and how much impact Josh Safdie had on those movies and like his mind. Because as far as I'm concerned, I saw nothing of similarity to like what kind of movies they made, like Uncut Gems with The Smashing Machine. But as soon as I watched Marty Supremes, within the first opening seconds of like the close-up shots, the fast pacing, the fast talking, the berating, just it's constantly moving, and it's just like an adrenaline rush and almost anxiety inducing. It really felt like I like teleported back to 2019 when Uncut Gems came out, and that was the craze of everyone just like, this movie is just gonna kill you. It's just like anxiety inducing throughout the whole entire thing. And Marty Supreme is so freaking good, and I love Josh Safdie, and I'm actually very happy to see that this movie got as many nominations as it did. It got nominated for 9. Let me look up which ones, but it's just nonstop. It's almost a 3-hour movie, and it really takes you on a journey through just everything, just absolutely everything. I mean, it's a really well-paced movie.
The movie almost isn't even about ping pong.
No, it's not.
Like
it's
at
not
all. Like Marty Supreme, sure, and like ping pong's in it, but it literally is not a movie about ping pong.
Yeah, no, it's not. It's really not a movie about ping pong. It's a movie
table tennis.
It's a movie about or table tennis. It's a movie about a man that is just so
hellbent on achieving a goal.
Exactly. And that is just what the movie's about. Just
Mhm.
like how Uncut Gems really wasn't about selling jewelry.
Yeah.
It was, or about the uncut gem. It was about someone that's seriously addicted to gambling, and that got him in the spot that he was. And I think that Marty Supreme is just such a good movie. Everyone's calling it like overrated. Marty Supreme better not win any Oscars, but it's like, come on.
Yeah.
Like, I hate when people do that. It's so like frustrating. It's just, I mean, maybe it sounds a little pretentious saying that like they don't know what they're talking about because everything is subjective. But when it comes to a movie like this, or like Sinners, or just like a lot of great movies, and all they have to say is just it's bad, it's just like, okay, well, tell me why it's bad, and then they give me their reason, and it's just like, oh, it's just too, it's like, it's too fast paced, it's too loud, it's like, it's just like Marty is just so annoying. Marty is just so annoying as a character. I'm like, that sounds like writing. It sounds like you're describing exactly what the movie was trying to do.
Yeah.
And it might not be your speed, and that's okay. But to call it a bad movie or one of the worst movies ever made is just a bold-faced lie.
Yeah.
And just people don't know what they're talking about.
And just to circle back to what we talked about before with movies not getting any marketing, this movie's marketing, and we talked about it in a previous episode of the podcast. Yep. The marketing on this movie was what am I trying to say here? It's like it set a new standard.
Mm-hmm.
It did unbelievable marketing.
It did.
I really hope that movies in the future, and like, I just really hope that people take notes. Obviously, it comes with a huge price tag. So if it's not in your budget, you don't have to.
No.
But like the level of marketing is just so good.
It is. It was very good.
It was everywhere, and for the first time, I didn't mind it.
No.
I'm normally really annoyed when I see like advertisements for things everywhere. And when it came to this movie, I like loved every time I saw something about it. I was like, oh, this is a new thing.
Mm-hmm.
This is a new piece of advertising. This is incredible.
Yep.
Specifically the one where he's standing on the sphere in Vegas.
Yeah, that was cool.
I love that one.
Well, and the thing, because Timothée Chalamet, he is a producer on the movie, and you can see how much he just loves this movie and just like wants people to go see it, because he was everywhere in the marketing for this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Just like constantly in interviews bringing it up somehow, or acting like Marty in his interviews, which people just, come on, like, chill out. He's doing his job. Like, he's not actually a douchebag. Like, he's just doing his job. You guys know who Timothée Chalamet is. Also, I mean, I really do think that he deserves the Academy Award. I think that there are some, it's a great
Did you even read
lineup.
off what it's nominated for?
No, I didn't.
I think I distracted you.
Yeah, I pulled it up. Best Picture, Best Actor in a Leading Role, Best Directing, Best Writing, Best Cinematography, Best Film Editing, Best Costumes, Best Production Design, and I believe that is it.
Cool.
So incredible nominations. It was really cool to see it get all of them, especially Josh Safdie landing so many nominations. He landed 4 because he edited this movie, he wrote it, he directed it, and he produced it as well. So very super incredible to see that he got nominated for all those awards. And I think Timothée Chalamet will win that Oscar because it's a great lineup. I think it's Michael B. Jordan, Leonardo DiCaprio, Timothée Chalamet, Wagner. Is his name Wagner? Yep, Wagner Moura. And I don't want to like not put respect onto the one versus name.
We've fried our brains with 10 movies this week.
Yep.
And by we, I mean he. I don't know any actor name at period for the most part. So,
so Ethan Hawke, Blue Moon, which it was a movie that I have not seen yet, but I plan to. But anyways, Marty Supreme, fabulous movie. Kevin O'Leary's great. Everyone in this movie is great.
Yeah,
I think everyone in this movie it does a really good job. I think that
I think everybody played their roles perfectly.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't think anybody played poorly. I thought it was really cool, and I didn't catch it the first time around. But when we were watching it, I leaned over to you and I said it. But the guy with the golden voice, he's in this movie, and I thought that was
Yep.
so cool that
Yep.
he got that.
It is
Was he
really
in
cool.
anything before this?
Nope.
No, then
Nope.
I'm so glad
I think
that
he was
got a role in a movie.
He,
That's so cool.
I think he got some sort of like role, but
Well, he did. I know he did like voiceover work.
Yeah.
he did voiceover for, was it Kraft or some sort of macaroni
something,
commercial,
and I
but-
think he like just got right back into being like homeless, and then Josh Safdie. Josh Safdie, that's something that he does. He just hires people off the streets. Like that's what he
It
does
was
for
incredible.
his movie. And like, not to put disrespect onto anyone, but something that also Josh Safdie does is he hires, and I really do not mean for this to sound mean, but he hires weird looking people. Like,
Yeah.
no, I mean not in like,
Like,
just like not weird, but almost just like, who is that? Like, who is that
Obscure.
person? Yeah,
like people that you wouldn't
like,
recognize.
Who is that person?
Yeah.
Like, it's just like no one looks the same. Like
Mhm.
everyone has their own distinct look. Weird was a mean word, but
Yeah.
to like
I feel like it's a pretty good way to cast people too if they're not like a main actor in a movie, because then it doesn't detract. Like you and I, obviously,
Mhm.
we only recognized it because we know it. But if we didn't know what the man with the golden voice looked like,
yeah,
it would just be another character in the movie, and it
Exactly.
wouldn't detract from any storytelling.
No,
I think
exactly.
I think it's a really interesting
Yeah.
way of casting.
and you could tell he looked so happy being in that
Yeah,
movie. He was
yeah.
just smiling the whole time.
Yeah,
just
he
like,
loved it.
Hey, Marty.
Yeah. I'm really surprised I didn't recognize it the first time because his voice is so
Yep.
distinguishable. It is just it's so
It
unique.
is. It's very unique, but also Penn.
Yeah, he's also in the movie.
Penn from Penn and Teller is in this movie.
Yeah.
Which when I was watching, I was like, "What the hell?
Yeah.
Why is he in this?" That's such a
Where's Teller?
like every other person in this movie made sense, and then I saw Penn, and I was like, "What?"
Yeah.
And he was good too, but he was barely in it. I mean, he was in it for a couple minutes, but I was just Penn and Teller, and then I saw a picture on his Instagram of him posting of him like behind the scenes on the set, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, that's so funny!" So that was really cool. So that's what I mean. Just he literally will hire, and what's so great is like he just hires these people that aren't actors and turns them into actors. He just
Yeah.
makes them act good.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, it calls for them to also have talent. Like Kevin O'Leary, like I mean, he obviously had to pull from some inspiration, and he did his performance how he wanted to.
And he also
But-
has a lot of screen time though with Shark
Oh, yeah,
Tank. So
he's
he's
familiar.
like PR trained, screen trained,
He's
camera
also
trained.
not nervous.
Yeah,
He's not
yeah.
afraid to tell people what he thinks.
I feel like, honestly, I feel like that's why he did also, like we said before, he kind of played himself like in the movie.
Similar.
In like a little bit.
Similar.
Yeah. But I feel like the fact that, and that's another reason why I feel like maybe he literally was a vampire in the movie. Like, being around for that long, you kind of get to a point where you genuinely just don't give a flying fuck about
Yeah.
what anybody says.
Exactly.
And that's it's a I don't like okay, so it's a good quality to have.
Also, pens aren't pen like I don't know. I feel like pens somehow connect to just like older times of just like the writing
Yes.
on pencil.
Yeah, like
Of all
yeah.
things, he is like the founder of like the biggest ink company ever. It, like that somehow connects to it too. But sorry, I cut you off. I was just thinking
No,
about that.
but it's fine. I'm just saying, like, it's a good quality to have to not really care about what other people think. But even if you have that quality, a lot of times it is hard to just completely let things not bother you.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like he, as a person,
Yeah.
is at a point in his life where nothing really phases him.
No, he doesn't
like
care.
if somebody doesn't like the watch that he's wearing, who cares?
Yeah, he
if
doesn't
he
care.
doesn't if he doesn't buy into a business on Shark Tank, that's their loss, not his.
Yeah, exactly.
So like I think it's a good quality to have, and I think it worked really well with the character.
It definitely did. I mean, I think
I will say though, I was so expecting the first time we watched Marty Supreme. Do you care about spoilers for this one? I'm treading on thin ice here because I just don't want to ruin
No.
it for people. But the at the end of the movie when he's like giving him his passage to Japan to play
Yeah.
and do all this stuff, and he goes, "Get the paddle."
Oh yeah.
And he goes, "This one's for my kid. This one's for me." I was so expecting him to say, "And this one's for fucking my wife," and then smacking him in the ass.
Yeah.
And he didn't say that. And I was like, "Oh,
Yep.
that would have been if he knew the whole time. That would have been so good."
Yeah. But I think it just goes to show that he doesn't care.
Yeah,
Like, he
no,
does
he's-
not. He just
Well, I feel like that would have amplified it even more.
Oh, yeah.
As if like if he were to have said something like, "You did me wrong in that regard.
Yeah.
You're still gonna make me a shit ton of money, so I'm
Oh,
not phased."
got it. Yeah.
Like I feel like that would have been another part of the character because I mean they talk about it in the movie too. I mean they don't really have a good marriage, so
no.
like he wouldn't care regardless.
Yeah,
But I feel
no.
like adding that line in would have just reinforced the fact
Yep.
that you dude, you're gonna make me money. I
Yep.
don't care.
Mhm. And
But yeah.
speaking of that scene of the paddling scene, Timothy, he was actually getting paddled. Yeah, and Kevin was so excited to do it. I think it was either Timothy said, just paddle me, like go ahead, or it was either Kevin's idea or it was Josh's idea. But yeah, no, he was actually getting paddled but I also love
Was
his
that
line.
one take?
No, I don't know, but it
Could
was
you
something like
imagine
that.
if that
I do know
wasn't-
that it was real, that he actually did paddle him. But I also love the line that he says, like, "This is such a great paddle. One side is foam, the other side's wood," and then he smacks him with the wood side.
So good.
But also another scene, the very opening scene where he and his girlfriend get down to business, and then it cuts to the scene of the sperm race scene.
Yeah.
Everyone hated that scene and was so uncomfortable. But when I was watching it, I was like, I made a post on my Instagram about this, but it just instantly reminded me of Uncut Gems, where that movie opens up and then they find the uncut gem, and then the camera zooms into the gem, and then we have the title card, whatever, we're seeing the inside of the gem, and then everything starts to get a little bit more cave looking, gooey, and then literally we zoom out of our main character's asshole, and it's just like that's what I mean by, like, it shows Josh's kind of like vision, like the way the movies kind of contrast each other. And I was like,
I love the
weirded out by
transition that they did in the movie as well. Not the Uncut Gems one, but for Marty Supreme, how it was like how it transitioned into a ping pong ball, and like the music that was playing and everything. It was.
I thought that too in the
was so
theater.
cool.
One of the coolest title cards. Everyone, like, when people talk about cool title cards, they talk about like Evil Dead Rise. I don't know if you saw that one, but with like,
Yes, I saw
she's
it with
like,
you, I think.
oh yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Yeah, where she's like floating above the water and then it rises beyond the trees. It's a cool one. I think Marty Supreme's opening credit. I heard that too. I think that's coming from the outside.
Yeah.
I think Marty's opening title card is so cool, but also the sperm race scene is so hilarious with the song Forever Young, and then once all the eggs start like going in, it sounds like a bunch of kids singing it. It's so funny.
It's so
I laughed at both times
Yeah.
because I completely forgot that, and no one else was laughing, and I was like, that's so funny, guys. Come on. That's so stupid and camp. It's hilarious. It's so funny. But we've probably
one
talked about
more.
we've talked about Marty
Is it
probably
your?
the longest.
Yeah, it's yours.
It's mine this
I
time.
pulled the Marty one.
So yeah, we'll do this next.
All right,
We'll do this next one.
We've been pretty much on a roll with a lot of these.
Yeah, we have.
So what's your guess?
Oh yeah.
I really hope it's not, but it's probably going to be Hamnet.
I was thinking I was thinking Hamnet or Frankenstein. I was thinking more Frankenstein.
I'm hoping that it's not Hamnet, so
Let's
that
hope
we
it's-
have another one to talk about in the next one that we
yeah.
can dedicate time to. Moment of truth.
Begonia.
Oh, cool.
Wow.
Well, I guess that works. 'cause
Yeah.
we
mentioned
mentioned
Begonia.
talking about
Yeah.
Begonia earlier, so
All right,
that
cool.
works.
All right, cool. So Begonia.
Yeah.
You just watched this for the first time. I rewatched it, so I've seen it twice, and it's a really good movie. It's not. I like Yorgos Lanthimos because he also did Poor Things, which I think was great.
That was a really good movie.
But these kind of movies, they're not like 100% my speed. Like they're not. It's not a movie that I would be like, this is just like revolutionary. It's a masterpiece, whatever. But I still really did enjoy it. I think it's great. I think Emma Stone's amazing. I think Jesse Plemons should have gotten an Oscar nomination for his performance. Just completely got snubbed for that. I mean, there's a really good lineup of best supporting actors this year. We have Jacob Elordi, Stellan Skarsgård, Sean Penn, and I'm bad at memorizing things, but really good lineup of supporting actors this year. But Begonia is really, really good. But you watched it for the first time, so let me hear your opinion on it.
I feel bad for Dom.
Oh yeah,
Dom and Teddy.
the cousin.
Yeah, the cousin.
Yeah.
I felt bad for him the whole
Yep.
time.
Yep.
It felt very and I mean I felt bad for both, but I felt bad for Teddy for a different reason.
Yeah.
I felt bad for Dom the whole
Mhm.
time. It was
It was sad.
it was really sad because he was talking about like the thing that got me most, and it was just such a small line, but he was talking about how he wanted to meet somebody and he wanted to start a family,
Yep.
and his cousin sterilized him, and I was just like, bro,
I know.
what the fuck is wrong with this?
Yeah.
this movie's so fucked up.
Yeah, it is.
And like I just felt so bad.
And he did good too.
He
That
did-
was his first
yeah.
acting role as well.
He did a phenomenal
He did great.
job.
His acting name.
His acting
fucking name. His
His birth
Aiden
name.
Aiden Delbus. Aiden
Yeah.
Delbus. Very good. And yeah, he were you saying Dom?
Is it Dom or is it Don?
Don.
Oh,
That's why I was a little confused. I was like,
I thought it
Dom.
was Dom.
Yeah, no, Don. Super similar. It's
Yeah.
fine. But
But,
yeah, no,
um,
I felt bad for him too because there was like very early on, they were like eating together, and I think he said something just so sweet in his like voice. I think he was just like, "Thanks, Teddy." It's just
Yeah.
like, ah.
Yeah.
I hate when people talk like that because it sounds so sad. Like
Yeah.
just like I know I'm
It's
gonna
just-
be sad about you later on in this
It's
movie.
one of those movies where you don't want to feel for the villain, but you do to some extent. Not feel for them in the sense of like their actions are justified, but like because they're not.
No.
Absolutely not.
No.
If you've seen the movie, by far and none, they're
No.
not justified in the slightest.
No.
But you feel, or at least I did. I felt bad.
There isn't
for-
one good person in this movie.
Oh no,
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 They're-
not at all.
everyone's bad.
Yeah.
Everyone's
Except for maybe
bad.
some of the no-name characters that are just in the background.
Oh,
like some
yeah.
of her workers.
But
in
no,
the
all
office
the
building.
main characters.
Yeah.
Well, honestly, I wouldn't say that Don is. He's bad to a.
Like
what?
an-
What?
yeah.
What's it called when they are working with someone that's doing something bad?
Like bad by association.
yeah, bad by
Yeah,
association. Like
yeah.
they're bad by association, but they're not bad.
That's
at
why I
all.
felt so bad for his
Yeah.
character too, because it was just like, yeah, it kind of felt like Teddy's the last person on Earth for me right now, so I'm gonna follow everything he says type thing.
Yeah. Yep.
Even though you can tell throughout the whole movie he struggled with everything that Teddy was doing.
Yep.
Everything he was doing.
Mm-hmm.
It was heartbreaking.
It was. It was a
but
heartbreaking movie.
It's one of those movies where you don't want to feel for the villains, but you kind of do. Not in the sense of like, oh, I just noticed that are those for all the episodes that we've done? You put all the corks in
Yeah.
there? That's really cool. I've never noticed that. I've never noticed that. Yeah, anyways.
Just so you're not
Yeah.
like, "Ooh."
Yeah. Yeah. And anyways, that's such a random tangent. It's compose myself. It's one of those movies where like you don't feel bad for them based off of their actions, but you feel bad like for like what got them there.
Yeah.
Like something failed along the way, and like
Mhm.
they were misled or misinformed or like manipulated in certain ways, or their upbringing was really bad.
I was gonna say it's almost like Hereditary because they
Yeah.
also mentioned how his mom was also not a good mom to him, but
Yeah.
he's obviously wanting to fight to keep her
Mm-hmm.
alive because he has this connection with her, just like how Don has the connection with him. It's just like it's like a never-ending cycle of just like needing that sort of like acceptance and love just because you're afraid of what life would be like without it.
Mhm.
And it is a really good movie, and it's definitely strange, and that's what Yorgos Lanthimos like does when he picks up his movies. He didn't write it, but he picks the movies that he does, and I think that he definitely has this very specific and particular style of film, which very polarizing, confusing, and kind of when you rewatching it definitely gave me a different perspective because spoiler, Emma Stone's character ends up actually being an alien. And
Which honestly,
yeah.
you said that you were like, oh, when you go back and you rewatch it, you recognize all these things.
Uh-huh.
I was not surprised by that
Really?
ending at all. I had
Yeah.
a feeling that she wasn't an actual alien the whole
I
time.
wasn't surprised at the first time too, because I was like, how are they going to end this any other way, like without having like some sort of like ending that makes some sort of sense? And then
That's the kind of movie where like it feels like it's going to have that plot twist.
oh yeah,
Like, you know how like when you go into a movie and all this stuff is happening and it doesn't really make sense, but there's one character that's adamant about it being a certain way.
Mhm.
The whole movie like leads you to believe that it's not, but that one person was so at almost all the time with those kinds of movies,
Mhm.
at least from what I've witnessed, or maybe it's just me, that's how I view those kinds of movies, but I almost always catch that kind of plot twist the first time around, like
Mhm.
always.
Yeah.
So that wasn't a shock. I was like, oh well, I guess that makes sense. I think the way that they did the the costume design for it was interesting. They just looked like they were wearing like insanely large knitted sweaters.
I know. I thought so too. That was that pulled me out of it when I first watched it.
What's the generation gap? Obviously, I'm older than he is. I grew up with like the Teletubbies. There was another show. I can't remember what they're called. But it was like a galactic, like space creatures that were big, colorful, puffy, like squishy.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. I don't know the name, but
that's
I know
what they looked like to me. That's immediately what I thought of. Just like not colorful.
Yeah. No,
that's immediately what I thought of. I don't know what that show is called. I watched it like one time, I think, when we were at our aunt's house.
I have no idea what it's called.
Yeah. But anyway.
But yeah, so a really good movie. What are some of the things I want to talk about?
I'm not gonna lie. I honestly I felt bad for Don the whole movie.
Yeah,
that's like all I could think about.
Yeah,
like the majority of the time.
Yeah,
like the whole thing with the alien thing. I was like, okay, yes, I'm 20 minutes into the movie. I can see that she's actually an alien. And it's not whatever. I'm so sad.
Yeah,
I'm so sad.
Yeah,
and then Stavi showed up. The comedian.
Yeah,
and I was so blown back. I was like, he's in this movie.
I know. Yep. Just, but yeah. So a really good movie. Not one that I have like a lot of things to talk about, but it's definitely a very interesting movie.
It's a watch for sure.
It's a watch. I think like a lot of people when they watch it for the first time are either going to be just like blown away by it or just be like so confused, which is a good thing. I think it's really cool when a movie can, give that kind of feeling to you.
And a wide variety of feelings too. People
like you were saying,
they're confused, or you're just sad the whole time, or you feel bad, or
I agree, because like when I was watching it for the first time, I was also sad for Don as well. I was just feeling bad for him. It's just like, this is such a terrible situation. But on a rewatch, I was like, man, I actually kind of feel more for
Teddy?
Teddy.
Yeah,
I was feeling more for Teddy, but then at the very end, when Emma Stone's character goes into that room with like a bunch of dead bodies and like cut up, like now that are those dead aliens that he found, or are these like dead people that he failed to?
Well, I mean, she asked how many were aliens, and he said 2 of them.
Oh, okay.
So I think it was 2 or 3.
I think
it was some
2.
small number like that. So
yep.
I mean, I don't know how many bodies were in that room. I'm just gonna assume it was more than 2.
He's a serial killer, so it's like it's definitely interesting. But
it's interesting too, because now that we're talking about this, I like how we said that we don't really have much to talk about, but we're continuing to talk about it. Talking about like Don and that kind of situation. Like at the beginning, I was just like, it feels like it's the start. Like this is the first time it's happened.
Yeah,
but I wonder if Don wasn't a part of all of the other things, because Teddy was explaining a lot to him, and like for good, like explaining things or whatever, trying to justify what he's doing, and there's a lot of that in there. But I'm curious if like Don wasn't aware of all of the other bodies, and this was the first one that he was a part of.
Maybe it was like. He
Especially
had so many tries before that he needed someone's help. Like, he was like failing so many times before that he needed someone's help. So that could definitely be it.
Yeah.
I want to look up its Oscar.
I'm getting sad thinking about. I'm getting sad thinking about Don's character.
Hey, that means that the movie was doing its job.
It's also recency bias because I just watched it.
That's true. Yeah, you did just watch it, and so did I a couple days ago. So this movie only received 4 Oscar nominations for Best Picture, Best Actress, Emma Stone, Best Adapted Screenplay, Will Tracy, and Best Original Score. And actually, Will Tracy, he wrote The Menu too.
Oh, that's
that's his only other movie too, and it's really, really good.
I love that movie. That's one that I know it's talked about how I don't like rewatching movies, and a lot of the movies that we've mentioned are movies that I would rewatch. So,
yep. All right. So yeah,
Yeah.
I think that brings us to the end of the first 5. So
Part 1 done.
we'll put a cork in it for now, but we will see you next week for the next 5 Best Picture nominees. See you then.